recording or no?
With this?
With that.
You doing now?
When it was sitting there, was it just recording the whole time?
Yeah, but I gotta upload it to the...
Right.
Play it again for the camera.
Do you have a message for us? You want us to stay at the light?
That's crazy.
We got a new group of people here. How do you feel about them? Jacob here, the little girl, who likes the toys in this room.
You were good. It didn't sound like the bear. Listen again.
Well, he doesn't say good.
So we got a new group of people here. How do you feel about them? Is Jacob here?
Yeah, that was clear as day.
How's it
That's
roll?
not.
Hear it again?
Yeah.
So we got a new group of people here. How do you feel about them? Is Jacob here with the little girl?
Was it a girl's voice? It sounded like a boy's.
Maybe it was Jacob.
Yeah, it sounded like a boy.
So we got a new group of people here. How do you feel about them? Is Jacob?
Yeah, boy, you're right.
Who likes the toys in this room?
Did I sound like Eric? That's me.
Oh, you are Eric?
What are you doing up at this hour? Bobby, you've been scheming again.
Still don't know what it is or where it comes from, but there's something there. Where'd you see all this stuff?
Transmitting live from Planet X. It's the Live from Planet X podcast. I'm your host, Zaire, the Planet X ambassador. Tonight's special guest from War Party Paranormal Research, Eric of Ghost Hunters of South Florida, is with us here tonight. So take a look in the closet. You might want to leave that light on in the hallway. Do whatever you gotta do. Just keep it locked to the Live from Planet X podcast. Let's go.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Live from Planet X podcast. Today we have a special guest, which is Eric. He's the team lead of Paranormal Investigator at War Party Paranormal and Ghost Hunters of South Florida. I'm going to put their links up for the YouTube channel and Instagram and all the contact information. And Eric, welcome and thank you for being with me today on the Live from Planet X podcast.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
True that. Thank you, man. Hey, I got to ask, how did you get into this field? And how long have you been doing it? And why?
Well, I've been doing it for about 8 years now. And I just got into those shows. I started out watching those ghost hunter shows and saw the things that they were doing. And I was very skeptical. And I was like, I want to know if that's for real, just like everyone else watching it. And I've always been into stuff like that. So I started doing stuff on my own. I started out going out up to St. Augustine and, getting some weird shit that I couldn't explain. And then I started going on ghost hunting events, and I went on one down in Miami, and I started talking to the guy, and I was like, hey, man, I would just love to go on an investigation. I'll carry equipment. I don't care. Right. So before I know it, I'm on the team. I'm doing TV appearances. I'm doing ghost hunting events. And then a year ago, I left that group to start a part of War Party Paranormal. They're based in West Palm Beach, so I started the South team, and we cover Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. So that's what I've been doing now. I have a team of 8 people. We have 3 historical haunted locations in South Florida where we do events, and then basically, excuse me for my dog.
No, you're fine.
Basically, what we do is we want to spread the word out, how we're out there to help people. There are people out there that have problems going on in their homes or businesses. They don't understand what's going on, and they're actually embarrassed about it. They don't want to tell everyone about it because they probably think they're crazy. So that's what we're here for. We're there to see what's going on and see if we can help them. And we do the events to promote ourselves, and we've done TV appearances, and that's what we do.
Nice. I'm glad you touched base on that, because that was one of my questions too. where I had, if people have problems on their property, like how they could contact you, but also like, what do you guys do to help like get rid of or remove unwanted spirits or ghosts? Like,
Well, we have a variety of people on our team. We're very diverse. Um, I'm more on the technical side. I do more of a scientific approach, where I use my equipment, try to determine what's paranormal and what's not. And then we have people that are sensitive, like our friend April, who was on your show earlier, that can sense things. And then we have other people that can do cleansings, and they can cleanse a place and get rid of what's going on there.
what kind of things do they use to cleanse? Do they use any like things like sage or any stuff like that? Do they do
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Basically, we have a lady on our team. Her name is Brenda. She's a spiritual medium, and what she does is she'll cleanse the place with sage and holy water, and go throughout the house saying prayers. She goes to every door and window inside the house, opens the house to try to release all the negative energy, and it's been working. I mean, I'm pretty surprised, but she's been on our team for about a year now, and we've had pretty good success at it so far, and we've had some weird stuff going on in some of the places that we've investigated.
I can imagine. I bet, man. Spooky, man. Is there any place that was so scary that you would never visit again? Is there any like?
Never. If it's like that, I want to go there every day. It's like my Disney World.
Right. Tell us about some of the stories. Tell us about some of the investigations. Tell us a good tale.
Okay, well, lately we've been going, because now everything's closed and there's the social distancing. We can't do our events anymore. We've been going to abandoned places and cemeteries. Last weekend, I went to the abandoned correctional facility in Belglade. We've been going there for over a year now, and that's probably like one of the freakiest places I've been abandoned for about 7 years. And the freakiest place that's there is this prison church chapel that's on the grounds. And we had been investigating it for about, a few months now. We show up one night and notice that everything had changed in there. Someone had started performing satanic rituals, and there was all this graffiti of like 666, upside down cross, Satan, goat horns. And man, when you walked into that place, you could feel the energy. I mean, and I'm not even sensitive, and I just could feel like a vibration. It felt negative, like it was like trying to pull you down, like weighting you down. And so we ended up blessing the place. It has a different vibe now, but yeah, that's probably the freakiest place I've ever been to.
Right. Yeah, I was checking out some of those video clips and the pics you posted on Instagram about that. It looks spooky. I see you caught some graffiti, some nice dope looking graffiti too.
Yeah, definitely. That's the freakiest place. Usually, like, the prisons are like the most active places, like where there's been like a lot of dramatic things that happen. There used to be one here down in Pembroke Pines. It used to be the Broward Women's Correctional Facility, and I don't know if you've seen that movie called Monster with Charlize Theron, where she portrayed Eileen Wuornos, who was this prostitute serial killer that used to hitchhike the turnpike in Florida, and they made a movie about her. And basically what she would do is she would hitchhike, and whoever picked her up, she would have sex with them and then kill them and then steal their money. And she was locked up there, and I didn't get anything that related to her, but it was freaky in there. I mean, it's the first time I ever heard a disembodied voice, and that's like a voice with your own ears in a place. And that was a really cool place. It's demolished now, so it's sort of upsetting to me, but I can't go back there.
Did she meet her demise there?
No, she ended up going up to Start. They took her up to Start. It's in North Florida, and I think that's where she was executed.
Mm. Yeah, well, okay, I didn't know she was executed. Damn, man.
Yeah.
That's spooky, man.
Yeah, look up the movie Monster.
Yeah, I gotta check that
or
out.
Google it. You gotta see her. You gotta see pictures of her. She looks like a freak.
True that. Yo, man, you know you're on the Live from Planet X podcast where we talk hip hop and all things strange and paranormal. So I'm gonna interject a bunch of off the wall questions, and I thank you so much for your time, man. But you know, like with subjects like UFOs, you know what I'm saying, orbs, people seeing crazy things, different dimensions. How do you think that plays into the research with what you're doing with ghosts? Do you think the ghosts have contact with these interdimensional beings as well?
It's hard to say. I mean, no one's an expert in the field, and
Right.
I don't know if anyone ever will. The only way you're going to be an expert is when you die and find out what it really is, and then when you go to the other side. I don't know. I don't focus too much on aliens. With orbs, I really don't believe in orbs, only unless you've seen it with your own eyes. But from like photographs, it's kind of hard because orbs can be moisture, dust. I mean, you see like these freaky pictures in cemeteries with all these thousands and thousands of orbs. All that is just dust stirring up.
Right.
The camera's catching from the flash.
You never know. I had couple people tell me about some orbs they seen.
But I've seen one with my own eyes, and that's pretty freaky.
Right. Like, yeah, some people like orbs with crop circles and stuff like that, and then orb ghosts and stuff like that. But yo, I want to ask you, have you ever had any type of experience where you or any of your team members ever, because I've seen it on, you know, some documented shows where like people say sometimes a ghost may attach themselves to that person and go home with them and then maybe leave them alone after a while. You ever had any experiences like that where something attaches to you?
Not me personally, but recently it happened to one of my investigators. Remember I told you about the haunted prison chapel? He said that day when I was telling you, at that time I was telling you that I was feeling all those weird things. After that investigation, you know, bad things started to happen to him. And it got to the point where like just something randomly in the kitchen, he opened up a drawer and something fell and hit him in the head and he had to get stitches. So he started cleansing his place for about a week and everything pretty much went back to normal. It could be psychological. I mean, I don't know. Or coincidence. Or maybe something did attach.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna ask, do you think sometimes it could just be like someone's imagination playing into it, also with facts that they've been exposed to, and then with their they think too much, and you know.
Yeah, it plays in your psyche.
Your team member, I hope he's all right, he or she. I hope they're okay.
Yeah, he's good.
That's what's up. Good. Man. Have you
He's
ever?
into music. You may want to talk to him one time.
Huh?
He's into music. You should talk to him one time.
Okay, yeah, and I want to ask you, man, what kind of music you like to listen to, zone out to? What do you?
Well,
like?
it's funny that you said that because I was looking at your profile. I like all the old school hip hop.
True that. All right.
I mean, I don't like the new stuff now. I pretty much think it sucks. But I go back to the days of you know, NWA.
True.
And Biggie, Ice Cube, and
from the same era.
Yeah, that's my era. And then I vast variety. Then I'm into like heavy metal. I like Motley Crue.
Nice.
And AC/DC, like rock.
True that. Yeah, man. And where I grew up in New Jersey, there was like a big rock scene back in the day. Like I was there when like Bon Jovi was just starting and growing up. I grew up in all that 80s music. And I just love all that stuff, all the 90s.
Yeah.
2000 hip hop.
Even some of the 70s music that you post, I like too. You know, it's awesome.
Music. See, I love music in general, man. Yo, I thank you for that.
My buddy does remixes on all this old school music. I got to send you some of his tracks. You'll probably like it.
True that. That's what's up, man. Well, yo, you on your ghost investigations, have you ever, you know, like when you're investigating, say if you're out investigating and then something starts to happen and everybody picks up on what's starting to happen, what was ever like the longest period in like seconds or minutes where there was just like something drawn out for a long time happening? Whoa, you have a case like that?
Yeah, it depends. Usually, like sometimes, like when you walk into a place, you feel the energy, and then after a while, it dissipates. It doesn't last for a long time, but I mean, there's instances where, like, you know, I've had a medium tell me, "Hey, I just saw a shadow move there that I didn't see," and then my meters go off right when she says it, like confirming what she says.
Right.
You know, it's always awesome when I can like get evidence, and then like my meters like, you know, validate it when things are going on at the same time. But like, I mean, there's been times where we've had things going on throughout the night. I mean, maybe for like maybe not like nonstop, but like intermittently throughout the night for like during the whole investigation, anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, or that's probably the longest. It just depends on where you go.
Right. And I know you're talking about your equipment. I want to ask you about your EVP recorders, and you have things. I think you use like some kind of thermal camera or something like that.
I do have that, yeah.
Nice. Can you tell the people how that stuff breaks down and works in your investigations?
Yeah, definitely. Like what we do, well, especially on my what I focus on is I focus more on the scientific approach. I got meters that measure electromagnetic frequency changes in that, meters that can measure temperature change, changes in humidity, pressure in the atmosphere. I got cameras that can see that are heat seeking, the thermal cameras. I got IR cameras, infrared cameras that see at night, cameras that are full spectrum, which can see all prisms of colors of the light that the human eye can't see. So sometimes you can get some anomalies. And then where I get my best evidence is through EVP, which is called electronic voice phenomenon, where I'm asking questions and pretty much having a conversation with someone through a recorder, where I ask questions and I'm recording, and then when I play it back, but before I didn't hear anything, I get a response, an intelligent response, and I've gotten some pretty amazing ones.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing. And those different, how they communicate like that in certain things. Like,
and then we also have what's called a spirit box. It's basically a transistor radio.
I've heard of that.
That's modified, and you know, like the old school radios where you're turning the tuner going through the stations. Well, it does it automatically. It can do it forward, reverse, and different speeds. And what it does is it goes through all those stations, and through the white noise, sometimes you can get voices communicating through there. And the freakiest thing I've ever got on one of those things is I was doing a ghost tour, and I said, "Can you name someone in my group?" And right after I asked that question, clear as day, you hear Eric. And like, how random is that? Especially when I'm asking it.
I think I see that video. I think you have that video on YouTube.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep.
I've seen that. What? Man, that's crazy, yo. Yo, do you ever had any experiences with any like playful ghosts? Like kind of just like having fun with you type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. We have, well, actually, there's a place down in Davie, Florida. It's near Fort Lauderdale, called the Old Davie Schoolhouse. And it was the first school that was built out in the Everglades, because back in like the early 1900s, the Everglades came way out east, almost close towards, you know, where 95 is, Highway 95. And in there, we get a spirit of a boy there that likes to play with some of the devices that we use. Like we have these little balls that sense motion, and whenever they sense motion, they light up. And then we have a teddy bear that lights up and talks. So, and it senses temperature change and EMF. So it'll say something like, "Oh, I'm cold," if it senses something that's cold. Right. So this kid spirit loves to interact with these toys. It's pretty cool.
Wow, that's crazy. Yo, I definitely believe the spirits and ghosts, and you know, one day we're all gonna pass away, and I believe our energy and our soul does go to another level of our evolution in this big thing we call the universe.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My theory is I think when we pass, and it doesn't matter what religion you have. I'm Christian, so I believe when I pass, I'm going to go to heaven. So I think that period from the time you die and the time you transition and go into the light and go to heaven,
Right.
for us, that could be seconds because we're living in time, or it could be hundreds of years. But in that reality, in that spectrum, I believe there is no time. So I think that transition when you go from the time you die to go to heaven, whether it could be like seconds, but in our world, it can mean seconds or it can mean thousands of years, because we live in a world of time.
Right. Yeah.
And then a lot of time there's residual stuff, residual activity, which means it's just stuff happening over and over. So maybe something dramatic happened at a particular spot, and it's just like a record player just repeating itself, going over and over again.
It's crazy sometimes when I have experiences of like deja vu. You know, like every now and then you have experiences of deja vu. You know.
Yeah, I do too. I totally agree with that.
Right. Like
I
it's
see.
like I just want to like put my take my it's like when I be having my deja vu experience, it's like the event starts to happen, and while it's happening, then suddenly I realize that I've seen this before, and then I know what's about to happen next, and for like a split second, and then what I was thinking is gonna happen next happens, and then it all fills out. And then kind of like time catches back up to itself, and then I just get plopped right back there, and then everything just goes on. Like I could be like, yo, somebody's about to walk in the door right now and have an orange thing, and they're gonna drop a bag, and I'd be like, hold up, I've seen this before, and then boom, the door opens, somebody comes in, drops the bag, and I'm like, yeah, it's like crazy, like
and like dreams too, right?
I have some off the wall dreams sometimes. Yo, you know what's cool with dreams? These things where they're like these YouTube videos where they kind of put you in a state to have lucid dreams. And I've tried it before and it worked. Like,
really?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. This dude named Thomas Hall. Big up Thomas Hall. I got to try to get him on the Planet X podcast. He does hypnosis and stuff, man. But yeah, man, I love all that stuff, and like how the ghost realm ties into that. You know, like the investigation that you do, man, is just like crazy. And I salute you for doing that, man.
Well, you need to come with us. You live like a few towns down.
I know. I was telling my wife today. I was like, she was like, you know, maybe. But
we'll cleanse you when we're done, just in case.
Oh, of course. But I think that's like really interesting, and I got some other friends that are like kind of definitely interested in the work that you guys too.
Yeah, tell them to reach out to me.
Putting out some more content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you're in St. Lucie. Have you ever heard of the Devil's Tree?
I've heard of that. There's like, yeah, definitely my homie V Sharp, I'm rocking this shirt right now. My rhyme partner V Sharp, he told me about that back in the day. And it's like spooky, like how it's like, yeah, believe me, I've heard, I definitely don't remember all the details now, but I remember hearing about that in
basically it was this guy.
Mid-90s.
Yeah, basically this guy, I think he was a police officer. But something was mentally wrong with him, and he kidnapped these girls and tortured them and killed them there. And supposedly they've been trying to destroy this tree. It's in Oak Hammock Park in Port St. Lucie, and they can't destroy it. They can't get rid of it for some reason. What? It's like really freaky. I don't know, but
I gotta go.
We gotta go over there. I'll bring all my stuff. I'll drive up there. We'll meet up there and check it out.
Yo, I gotta check that out, yo. Oak Hammock Park, because I know right where Oak Hammock Park is.
I've driven by it. I know where it is. My buddy lives right down the street.
Okay. What? Damn. You gotta look into that.
I'm gonna send you the link.
Yeah. Do that. I'm gonna look that up, because Yeah, I gotta look into that. Why do you think like most ghost hunters like to do their investigation at night in the wee hours, and vice versa? Have you had any daytime, super daytime events happen?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's I get evidence day and night. It doesn't matter. The only reason why we prefer night, it's a lot quieter.
Right.
There's less, outside noise, and plus you can get a lot of you can get things through your infrared cameras and full spectrum cameras in the dark. But no, I've gotten stuff day and night just as much. There's a place down in Miami called the Gold Coast Railroad Museum, and it used to be a naval base, and they used to store the blimps there.
Respect. I love the Navy. Salute the Navy.
Yep, salute to the Navy. But definitely, there's stuff going on there. They had an accident there. One of the blimps blew up, and I think a few people died. Then they have all these antique railroad cars, including a presidential car where Roosevelt and Truman and Reagan all ridden in. There's a Army medical car. And during the day, I always get stuff there. And I got my name called out there too.
What? Yo, did you ever get any touches? Like any feels like people touching you or something?
No, I'm waiting for that to happen. It hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
I know other people that's happened to.
Right.
That happens at that railroad museum that I was telling you about. It happens there often. The people that work there have been touched.
True that.
And they've been whispered, had it whispered in the ear.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's theoretically possible to catch a ghost? Do you think you could, like the Ghostbusters in a containment unit? Do you think that's possible?
I don't think so, but you never know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we don't know. Maybe there is something that can do that, but I don't know how you would do it.
I'm just bugging out. Do you offer ghost tours to people? Like
I do. Yeah.
Tell people how they can get at you to do that.
Well, if you follow me,
all the pandemic calms down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Once the pandemic thing calms down, we're going to start rolling again with our events. Just before it started, we had events going on 3 times a month. My South team, we do events at the Gold Coast Railroad Museum in Miami, Florida. We do the Old Davie Schoolhouse. That's in Davie near Fort Lauderdale. And then we just got a new location, and we were just getting ready to do our first event, but this, pandemic thing happened, so it had to be rescheduled. And that's the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society down in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And on that site, there's 3 different locations that are haunted. There's the New River Inn, that was built in 1905, that's haunted. They have the replica of the first schoolhouse of Fort Lauderdale. Mm-hmm. And they have one of the pioneers' house called King Cromartie House. He was one of the pioneers, and there's stuff going on there. And then we got 2 up in West Palm with our North team.
That's dope, man. You should try to get like Dan Aykroyd to go out with you guys one day. That'd be dope.
Nah, I want to do something like that. Maybe do a series and get celebrities to go with us.
Heck yeah.
Hip hop celebrities.
Yeah, no doubt. That'd be dope, man. I think that'd be dope. Yo, what do you think is the reason why some ghosts are like trapped on this plane? And do you think that it's really just all of them are really here for now, or do you think some are not here? I mean, what do you think about that? Like, why do you think some show up whereas majority of some don't really? I don't know.
Well, I believe some are trapped here, and that could be various reasons. It's probably one reason could be is maybe how they died. Maybe they died so suddenly and they weren't ready to go yet. Maybe they had some unfinished business. Maybe they died in a tragic way and they want everyone to know about it. Or maybe, like, for example, there's a place in Miami we used to investigate called the Deering Estate, and it's like one of the most beautiful locations. It sits right there on Biscayne Bay. And man, if I died, I think I would want to die and stay there because it's so beautiful. So I believe in Charles Deering still haunts the place. He's probably still attached because he thinks it's so beautiful. I mean, maybe, I don't know if I want to go anywhere else. So it just depends on the location, the person, how it happened.
True. Yo, Eric, you know you're on the Live from Planet X podcast. So I'm going to go on the classified vault, pull out an index card. It's something new that I'm doing to all my guests.
All right, cool.
We're going to test our psychic energy capability. I'm going to draw a shape, and then I'm going to concentrate on the shape. I want to see if you can guess the shape that I drew. Okay?
Do it.
Let's go. Let's go right now. Now, the shape is done. It's for research. I'm not going to tell you the shape, but I'm going to focus my mind on the shape and see if we can send it through the Wi-Fi. Florida, zoned out, Tesla style. Here we go. Okay. Now, Eric, whatever shape comes to your mind, whatever you're solid with, you go ahead and tell me when you're ready. No rush when you're ready.
You want me to tell you the shape?
Yes.
A trapezoid.
Trapezoid. Now, my man, can you tell the people what a trapezoid is?
A trapezoid has 4 sides and like the 2 angles like that, right? I can't see that.
Now I'm gonna show you what shape I drew. It was actually
a square.
But my man said 4 sides.
Yeah.
He was talking about going
there
this.
Go.
So yeah. Good goddamn try right there. So we was, I think a trapezoid. I think you're right, but I think a trapezoid has 5 sides, if I'm not mistaken. I might.
Yeah, you're right.
I think I got.
I said trapezoid, but I said 4 sides. That's what I really meant.
Y'all seen it here live on the Live from Planet X podcast. All right, yo. Thank you for participating. So, have you ever seen like anything yourself? Like you know, sometimes people see like a full apparition, or almost an invisible looking person. Have you ever like seen anything like that, or anybody on your team seen anything like that?
I've never seen a full-bodied apparition, but I know people who have. What I've seen are shadow figures, and I've seen an orb.
You heard about?
I don't see too much with my own eyes, so unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe I get too involved in my equipment. I'm trying to be like more. I'm trying to like get more of the vibe now instead of focusing on my equipment now. I'm trying to be more sensitive.
True. What you ever heard of Slender Man? What you think about Slender Man?
What's that? I don't know.
Have you ever heard of Slender Man?
No.
Slender Man is supposed to be this real tall.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Figure with the hat, with the hat on.
Yeah.
And he's like creepy looking, and people see him in the shadows. What do you think about Slender Man and ghost hunting, man? You should be out.
I don't know. A lot of people say they see a man in a hat. They have a.
Not me though. It's not me. I trust.
I haven't seen him yet.
I'm not Slender Man. Yeah, Slender Man. Slender Man is crazy. People see they see this super tall being, and sometimes he just like appears in people's bedrooms and craziness. I don't know, man. But I would definitely like to go like out ghost hunt, man. And yo, do you like archive and keep all your EVPs that you've recorded?
I post all of them on my Instagram page and my Facebook page, which is Ghost Hunter of South FLA.
True that. If you ever want me to clean some up in the audio as best as I can, because I do engineering and stuff, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It might be a little spooky, man. I hope like nothing gets attached in my lab, or if I get any experiences like that, I'll be the first to tell you, man. But yeah, man, I offer that. I do it.
And you can also follow my team.
For free.
You can also follow my team, More Party Paranormal, on Instagram and Facebook too.
No
but
doubt.
I put all the evidence that I get on my Instagram and Facebook page.
True that, man. You have nerves of steel. How you handle such a spooky journey, and what you're out there in the world doing in the Matrix, man.
I live for that.
How do you stay grounded doing like what's your motivation to keep going?
It's just like an adventure. It's just my passion, man. I'm just so into it. I don't know. I mean, but that's what I like to do. That's my passion. I like to try to get answers from the unknown. I mean, I got that type of mind where I'm always like wondering, like, well, why is it this way and why is it that way and why do things happen for a reason? And when it comes to the paranormal, like, I want to find the answers, and that's what I'm trying to do.
True that. And big up Intuitive April for linking me up with you guys, man. I would like to see like an episode of you guys do some stuff together.
Yeah, she says she wants to come down and investigate with us, so.
Yeah. Do you guys put out any like merch for people? Any like t-shirts, hats, anything like that?
No, we should though.
Heck yeah, for real. Get that popping, man, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We got to take you on a ghost hunt.
Word is born, man. I bring my little camera with me so I can document. I bring my little camera with me. I'd like to get some of that equipment that you guys have, man. You guys got like the Ghostbusters type equipment. This guy at the store was showing me this little app. He had this little app on his phone. It was like a ghost hunter app. And he was showing me like after a while his little dot came on and he showed me where the ghost was. And then it was like some little cheesy Nintendo 64 looking ghost.
Is it called Ghost Radar?
I forgot I don't even remember. But it was kind of funny. It was cool, but it surprised me that
those apps don't do anything though.
I told him that that's my homie Rocky, big up Rocky, over at the marathon, man. He likes watching the podcast. But bro, I know I've been to a lighthouse in St. Augustine, 'cause I go camping sometimes, and I've been to a lighthouse, and I can't remember. I have to go ask my wife real quick the name.
St. Augustine Lighthouse.
No, I don't know if there's more than one, but I've been
That's
to
the one.
That's the one that had the ghost in it that they had on that show where they seen like the shadow running up. That was that. I remember it being more like water, though.
It's right on the water.
It doesn't seem like that to me when I was there, though. Like
because there's a lot of trees. Like years ago, the St. Augustine Lighthouse had docks like right up to it.
I'm bugging out. Yeah, you're probably right. But I remember going all the way up to the top of it and walking out on a little thing where you could walk around the top of it. That junk was high, man. I was like, ooh, that junk is scary.
I've gotten some stuff there too.
What you got there? What you got?
I got an
machine. We back in the time machine now.
No, I've gotten EVPs there. Actually, our team might go over there, and we're going to be with another team, and we're going to rent the place out for the whole night and stay there the whole night and investigate it.
Nice. I remember they had like a lot of little exhibits around it.
Yeah, they had the keeper's house there.
Right. Yeah, there was
there's stuff in there too that goes on.
There was like a lot of artifacts.
In that wooded area too, there's like a little trail, like a little wooded trail in there.
Right.
There's stuff that goes on there too.
Yeah, they had like a little gift shop and everything. Then they had like the whole little historical area, which was really cool. I remember we was out there checking that out a few years back, man.
That's where it all started for me. Like right across the street is a park.
St. Augustine is cool.
With the swing set, and I went on a tour, and I was just randomly taking pictures in pitch black darkness, and I got these weird light streaks, and that's what got me into it.
Ooh, I want to see those pictures, yo. I've been thinking about doing that at night with my camera. Just like go in the back porch at night and like film the backyard, and I want to start seeing if I can catch stuff.
You got a recorder?
Yeah.
Use your recorder, see if you get anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, recorder meaning. Well, no, I don't have a little handheld recorder, like a little Tascam or something. I wish I did, but I mean, my camera's got a little mic on it, so it would pick up. But
I get stuff on my GoPro camera sometimes.
Yeah, I got two little GoPros, and I want to start doing some, I don't know, more video work, man.
I got an awesome GoPro that's modified for night vision and full spectrum.
Well, yeah, I know. You tell me you're like an engineer, man. You do your own video editing and everything too?
I've been working on it. I don't know if you saw my YouTube videos, but they're not the best in the world. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at it.
I know.
I try to do short clips, like little 30-second clips.
Nice, man. Clean, man. You put together like a whole, like hour and a half long documentary.
Man, I have so much footage that I can do that, but I just haven't had the time. It takes so much work, but I will soon.
Heck yeah, man. Now you're in quarantine. You got all the time. Yeah, be putting in some work. You just got to clock in and do it. Go for
Exactly. Yep.
True that. Well, Eric, man, yo, I want to thank you, man, for being on the Live from Planet X podcast. Yo, you got any other stories you can tell us? Anything you want to touch base on? Like I said, man, the mic is yours. His eyes over here getting.
Well, once the pandemic thing is over, if you live down in South Florida, we have events that'll be starting up. They're ghost hunting events, and they're interactive. You get to use our equipment. You get to see us, catch paranormal activity live. We got events going on from West Palm Beach down to Miami. So once the pandemic thing is over, you can follow either me on Ghost Hunter of South FLA or War Party Paranormal. I post all the events there. And if you know anyone that needs help, or if you need help, that you got something that you can't explain going on in your house, give us a call and we'll be there to help you guys.
That's what's up. Who you gonna call? South Florida Ghost Hunters.
That's right.
This is bugging. Hey, but Eric, man, thank you so much, man. I'm gonna put your links in to the YouTube channel, the Instagram, your social media, and man, I thank you. So
my pleasure. We'll go ghost hunting one night for sure.
Word is
Devil's Tree.
We'll be there. That's gonna be spooky. I'm gonna bring some of my crew with me for that. Yo, definitely gonna document. That's gonna be fun. See if I get V Sharp, and Dwayne, and Ayaz, and everybody out there for that, man. Because I know they.
Let me know. I'll go up.
Please, they know stories about that. I've heard that from all three of them people before. So yeah.